What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Team Fish Knuckles YouTube channel. Now, today is day number 5 of covering world decks, and today we're looking at Ross, Cawthon's, Yveltal, Vespiquen, Octillery, Druddigon, Unown, Shaymin, Malamar deck. It was a pretty rogue deck coming into the World Championship. Some people had to play it. And also, I heard some rumors of people playing Yveltal, Vespiquen with Crobat and stuff, but seeing like this version, I don't think we've really seen this kind of list before, but that's what Ross is known for. One of probably the best players of our game. I think it's like his third or fourth time making top 8 in the World Championship. I know he for sure made it to the finals with the Truth dot deck with Reuniclus and some other stuff. But this time around, he did come up with another creative deck, and that is his Vespiquen Yveltal deck. Now, this was basically a direct counter to the meta. Yveltal, which does Believe in Wing 30, you attach a Dark Energy from discard pile to one of your bench Pokemon, which can help beat Night March, and also help accelerate energies from your discard pile to your Pokemon. And pretty much everything else, you kind of just use Vespiquen. Vespiquen has the attack of Be Revenge, does 20. This attack does 10 more damage to each Pokemon in your discard pile. Vespiquen, really strong attacker. You have 22 Pokemon. You need 16 in your discard pile to start one-shotting stuff. Once you get that, you're A-okay. With the Muscle Man, you can have 14 discard pile, which is really cool, and that's why I like this deck a lot. Like, Vespiquen's good, Believe Wing is good, and also if you notice, they played 2/2 Octillery instead of like multiple Shaymin, so that way your opponent didn't have having access to knock out multiple EXs. Octillery has Abyssal Hand, lets you draw to 5 cards in your hand, and also he played Malamar, which Malamar has the Hyper Hypnosis. When you attach energy from your hand to this Pokemon, you may use the ability. Your opponent's active Pokemon is now asleep, and once that happens, of course, if your opponent flips tails, they cannot attack you unless they play like Switch, AZ, Escape Rope, Zoroark or Stand-In, but still, or Pokemon Stimulating, but still Hyper Hypnosis is really good, and you can go for Maximar. Flip a coin for each energy attached to this Pokemon. This attack does 60 damage times the number of heads, but still Hyper Hypnosis, really solid attack. Druddigon's good as well with Revenge. Revenge does 20, but if any Pokemon are knocked out by damage from opponent's attack, this attack does 70 more, so 90, and with the Muscle Man, which is 110, which can knock out Shaymin-EXs. For Unown, for Feral Letter, discard an Unown off your bench and draw a card. Now, this is good because it does help you draw through your deck fairly quickly, and it helps you power up your Vespiquen's attack, and of course, one Shaymin-EX in the deck. So there you go, that's the whole line, and the 3 biggest decks pretty much at the World Championship was Night March, Water Toolbox, and then maybe Greninja. Now, Greninja definitely seems like a shaky matchup. That's what Ross eventually lost to in top 4. Like, the bursty balloons and everything like that was too much to handle. But still, you hit for weakness. You hit for weakness on Water Toolbox. Trevenant, you have Yveltal for the Dark Display, which can one-shot stuff, which is pretty cool. Try to remember everything else. Night March, Zoroark. Zoroark would be an interesting matchup, but you have Vespiquen, you have Special Charge to get back your DCE, so I think this deck can eventually beat it. But Ross had a really good deck. I'm pretty sure he would have lost in the finals regardless. Like, that Mega Dino deck would be too much for this deck to handle. Like, there's no way you have 20 Pokemon in discard pile and start one-shotting stuff, because 20 Pokemon in your discard pile would be like everything, or 18. So let's say 18 Pokemon, right? I think it has 220 HP, so 18. That'd be pretty crazy. That's pretty much everybody. But then if he gets one Mega Dino to knock out one attacker, you're pretty much donezo, which is pretty bad. So I think if Ross made it to the finals, it would have been the same thing. Mega Dino would have won regardless. So let's go everything else. For Battle Compressor, discard 3 cards out of your deck, which could be Pokemon, Unknowns, Octillery. Like, you mainly just need one Octillery in your on the field. One Revitalizer, put 2 Grass Pokemon from your discard pile back into your hand, so you can't get back like double Vespiquen or a 1/1 Vespiquen line. One Special Charge to shuffle 2 special cards from your discard pile into your deck, which can get you back your DCEs. This deck does play puzzle times, so you do have to be somewhat careful. 4 Ultra Ball and 4 via Seeker. No trade as well. I guess he opted not to play it, and also I guess space issues another problem. 1 AZ to return 1 Pokemon in your hand. I guess this is for Octillery or Malamar. Like, both of these have 2 retreat calls, which is very high. Everybody else is pretty good. If like Druddigon gets stuck in the axe spot, your opponent's probably knocking it out. Like, if they're going for Druddigon, they're trying to knock out an attacker, but I can see them maybe try to stall Druddigon, which is why he did play the AZ. But he played 2 Float Stones as well, which is pretty cool. And also, you can just AZ Shaymin off your village. Your opponent does not have a Lysandre target. 1 Not Brigette, don't say Brigette. Brigette, there we go. One Brigette, search deck for one basic Pokemon, EX or 3 basic Pokemon, and put them onto your bench. One Hex Maniac, shut down abilities till the end of your opponent's turn, which can help you against Greninja. If you can constantly Hex Maniac, they can't use Giant Water Shuriken or Water Shuriken, which is pretty nice. 2 Lysandre, 2 N, 3 Sycamore, 1 Teammates to grab any 2 cards out of your deck if a Pokemon's knocked out during your opponent's turn. 2 Float Stone, 2 Muscle Band, so you do 20 more damage, 4 DCE for Druddigon and or Vespiquen, and 5 Dark Energies for the Yveltal, Malamar, whatever you want to. And that is Ross's deck. Like I said, it was pretty much like a direct counter to the meta at the time. Like, he saw day 1, saw a bunch of Greninja, Night March, Water Toolbox, and was like, hey, let's play this deck. It pretty much beats everything. Now, I'm pretty sure some other people playing this day 1, I think Sam Chin did, and some other people, I'm not exactly 100% sure who played it, but man, Ross making it to the top 4 again is a great accomplishment. Congrats to Ross one more time. That's a great thing to do. But hopefully you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching, and let's see the deck in action. And Friday, we'll have one more deck to cover. I don't know. You probably know what it is, but we'll see what it is tomorrow, and hopefully enjoy this video, and let's see the deck in action. Alright, opening is Drave, Nick playing a Water, Lightning, and a Colors deck. I'm not sure what this combination is. They don't have colors, so it's not a Shaymin deck. It could be like Night March with Octillery. But we are going first, which is great. We'll set up, get 7 new cards in our hand. Alright, so we get Yveltal, Combee, Unown, and N. So we'll press done, and let's see what's going to happen. What does my opponent have? And there is a Froakie. So it looks like we're playing against a Greninja deck. So put down Combee, Unown, Dark Energy, and we'll end both players shelf their hand into the deck and get 6 new cards. And let's see, what can we find? Alright. So I think the plan of attack is to not get out Yveltals. I think discard Yveltals and probably the Druddigon seems good. Malamar is definitely a card we could discard. Yeah, so discard those 3. Barrel Letter, discard the Unown, draw a new card. Looking for a Remoraid, and there's an Ultra Ball, which is great. Well, Ultra Ball, and I'm actually going to discard Lysandre. And with this, I'm going to grab the Remoraid. Come to me, Remoraid. We'll put that guy down, and we will just pass on to our opponent's turn. We could put down Shaymin, but I really don't want to right now. I think I want to AZ, pick up the Yveltal, send a Combee, DCE, and Shaymin set up for 5 new cards. There's a Level Ball. And let's see, there's a Froakie coming out. Okay. Alright, so it's a rematch of top 4, I guess. Alright, so there's another Love Ball. Gonna get another Froakie out and play. Okay. Okay, Remoraid, there we go. So, of course, they don't play Shaymins, because why would they? So there's a Froakie, Remoraid, Jirachi, Sycamore. Alright, so my opponent's playing, pretty much, everything we don't want them to play. They're playing, no EX Pokemon, Jirachi for Stardust, Greninja, everything is going against them. But maybe, just maybe, we'll be able to beat this deck. Now, we cannot be looking for the knockout, which is bad. We see a Water G going to the active. We see a Burst Balloon. Please stop. Please stop, sir. Alright, and he paralyzes us. Okay, so we're going to Vespiquen. I'm going to DC this guy, like I said. AZ, pick up the Yveltal, sit in the Combee, and Shaymin. We'll put down Yveltal and Shaymin, set it for 5 new cards. Alright, let's see. What do we get off Shaymin? Don't let me down, buddy. Alright, so we get Vespiquen. So 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll put down Combee. And we'll be revenged for the knockout. We do get hit with the Burst Balloon for 60 damage, which is not good, but whatever, we'll take it. So we'll go down to 5 price cards. We get a Muscle Band, okay. And I imagine we'll see Froakie come up and use Water Duplicates. Now we need to find our Hex Maniac. That's the key to this matchup. Alright, so there's a Frogadier coming down, like I said. But we will take 2 price cards. Splash Energy going down as well, so if he gets knocked out, it returns back to their hand. Diaball, going to search deck for another water Pokemon. An Octillery, there we go. I wonder if my opponent is using Cody's list. Alright, so Octillery coming down. I don't remember Cody's list off my head. But this way I'm going to draw up to 5, okay. And we'll see a Water Duplicate, most likely. Diaball. Maybe get another, maybe a Frogadier out. Yep, Frogadier coming down, okay. Gonna put on that guy. And we'll see Water Duplicates get 2 Frogadiers out. Alright, so there's Water Duplicates. And we are in trouble. So, Frogadier and a Frogadier. Alright, so into our turn. What do we get? There's a Druddigon. Alright, Druddigon's pretty much useless. So, we'll DC this guy. We'll Muscle Band this guy, and we'll Sycamore, discard our hand, draw on 7 new cards. And let's see, what do we find? Alright, we'll get an Unown. We will Feral Letter, discard the Unown. Okay. And we will Float Stone this guy, and we'll Be Revenge for, no, we'll put down Combee and then Be Revenge for the knockout. Alright, so go, Be Revenge, get him, buddy. Alright, so 160, so that's good. Alright, that's some great damage. So it gets returned back into his hand. We'll go down to 4. There is a Sycamore, okay. And I imagine we'll see Frogadier come up, and now it's going to be a battle. Now, he might take, like, a double knockout next turn, and then we're in trouble. Like, oh, man, don't do that. Froakie coming down, Greninja coming to line with the Water Shuriken, which can hit somebody for 30. Most likely hit the active for 30 damage. Alright, but I'm actually fine with this. I'm actually fine with him knocking that guy out. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to send in... I kind of want to send the Yveltal because they could tank for a turn. We have a DC to retreat if needed. The Special Charge put 2 DCs back to our deck, which is really cool. We might Sycamore, though, instead of in. Like, I was contemplating playing in, but here we see a Water Gen the active. There's a Abyssal Hand drawn 1 card. Okay. And let's see, there's a Super Rod, Gun Shuffle 3 combination of Pokemon introduced back to the deck. Okay. So, Froakie, Water, alrighty. Alrighty, and there's a Sycamore, go and discard their hand, drawn 7 new cards. Alright, and let's see, can he find a Greninja or not this turn? There's a Greninja with the Shadow Stitching and Moonlight Slash. Alrighty, but we're still looking okay. Like, he's not going to take a knockout. Revsy's coming out, which we don't care about too much. We just got to hope he doesn't have a Bursting Balloon. Fingers crossed, right? So, let's see, what does our opponent do? There's a Moonlight Slash for, 80? Alright, and on to our turn. What do we top deck? Float Stone? Nope, a Vespiquen. Okay. I think I'm still just gonna... DCE... Oh, man, he has 5 cards in his hand. Alright, so I'm gonna DCE. Like, part of me... yeah, I think I'm gonna do this. I'm just gonna retreat, and I'm just gonna go... for the Special Charge and Sycamore, discard a hand and draw 70 cards. I think that's the best play right now. So we'll Special Charge, put both those DCs back in the deck, and we'll Sycamore, discard a hand, draw 70 cards. We need to find a Vespiquen right now, and... Alright, so we get the Vespiquen, which is great. We have Octillery as well, and a Revitalizer. Revitalizer could get us just 1 Vespiquen. Okay, so I might just hold off on that right now. My opponent has to, like, Greninja and Moonlight Slash to take a knockout next turn. So I'm just going to Be Revenge for the knockout. We hit for weakness, we do a ton of damage, 240, whatever. We'll go down to 3 prize cards. Alright, so that's good. So we'll get a prize card. We get a Dark Energy, okay. Here comes Jirachi, which they can start us this turn, which is pretty bad. But if they do that, I'm not too concerned about that. We see Dive Ball, going to start check for a Water Pokemon. We're going to get a Greninja. What we can do next turn is just Hex Maniac and make it where they can't do anything unless we top deck a Vespiquen, and then with a Vespiquen, bring up Greninja, take a knockout, of course. Yeah, I think that's the smart play for sure. Water Juice to the active. We'll see a Stardust, discard the DC off the active. Greninja Break coming down, okay. Alrighty, Sycamore, go and discard the hand, draw 70 cards, discard double Vespiquen, which could be potentially bad for my opponents, okay. There's a Trainer's Mill. Alright, no, I have a plan. I have a plan of attack next turn. I'm going to send in Shaymin. I'm going to Sky Return while Hex Maniac. I think that's the best play for next turn. So Ace Trainer, which we don't care about too much. Trainer's Mill. Go look at the top cards of their deck. How many Vespiquen have we played? We played 2 Vespiquen, which is that's a good thing to note. And we'll see probably a Stardust for 10 damage. Discard that DC off the active. Make it where that Jirachi is immune to everything. So we see a Giant Water Shuriken. No, Water Shuriken. Sorry, that's not a Giant Water Shuriken. That'd be broke. You can't do that off the bench. Alright, so 10 damage coming down. On to our turn. What do we get? We get our Float Stone. So I'm going to DC this guy, like I said. Hex Maniac. Retreat into the Shaymin. And I will Sky Return for nothing. And I'm going to sit in the Octillery. Alright, so on our opponent's turn, let's see what happens. Now, they can't use abilities. I might Revitalizer to give back double Vespiquen. And be like, alright, this is our last 3 Vespiquens. They have to last the rest of the game kind of thing. But man, as soon as these Giant Water Shurikens, we're in trouble. There's an Ace Trainer, okay? We're going to shuffle our hand. The deck get 3 cards while he gets 6. Alrighty, and let's see. Can we get DC Combee? Okay, that's... Oh my goodness, this hand's terrible. This is a terrible hand. Alright, so let's see, what does my opponent do? Does he send the Greninja? If he does, he's probably Shadow Stitching for 40. Alright, so what is the top deck? That's the question. Oh man, this Greninja right here is scary though. That is a scary Greninja break. That's what I'm scared of. Hopefully, if he Stardust, that'd be the misplay of the century. But no, retreats the Greninja, Burst Balloon to the active, okay? And we'll see Shadow Stitching for 40 damage. Alright, so in our turn, we need to top deck something. Give me a Vespiquen and Float Stone. Okay, so I'm going to Rough Seas. I'm going to Brigette to get out, like, select one. Okay, alright, so there's one base Pokemon. Oh, it goes on the bench. I forget about that. Alright, whatever, that was dumb. I forgot they don't go in your hand. Alright, so Compressor, with Compressor, let's see. We have two Vespiquens, which is bad. I mean, that's not bad, but we need to draw some stuff. Alright, so we discard Compressor, and Octillery, and the Dark Energy. Yeah, so done. Discard those three. We'll pass onto our opponent's turn. Alright. They can use Water Shuriken, knock out this guy. Hit somebody for 60, which could be this guy. Oh my goodness, things can go bad so quickly. Oh man. Oh buddy, it is looking bad for us all of a sudden. Like, I was feeling fairly confident, but now I'm not. I'm not feeling confident at all. Alright, so this is a Water Shuriken. Go hit the Combee for 30, take a knockout. I imagine that's what we'll see. Oh man. Alright, so, yep. Wait, who did he hit 30 for? He hit 30 on this guy? Okay, I'm fine with that. I'm fine with him hitting 30 there. Vespiquen or Ace Trainer. Please play the Ace Trainer. Yes, alright. That is good for us. So Ace Trainer, both of us shuffle hands and deck. We'll get 3. He gets 5. And let's see, what does he... Oh my goodness, there's a Vespiquen and a DCE. So Megaphone, get ready. Oh my goodness, our Float Stone. No. No, and a Greninja break. Oh no. Things are going bad. So see, Giant Water Shuriken. Probably hitting our bench Vespiquen. Oh no, he's actually just gonna attack us for 80? That is the craziest play I've seen. Alright, so set up Vespiquen. On to our turn. We'll get a DCE, so we'll DC the active, play down Vespiquen. We will... Oh, we should have done this one. That's my mistake. Alright, so we'll Feral Letter, discard the Unown, draw a new card. There's a Vespiquen, so we'll put that down as well. Alright, and we'll go for we'll put down Remoraid, and we'll go for a Be Revenge for the knockout. Alright, so 280 damage. We'll go down to 2 price cards, and he doesn't really have a Greninja besides this one for next turn. So Muscle Band, okay. Here comes this Greninja. He can Giant Water Shuriken this guy and knock this guy out, but then we have this one left to go to knock out Greninja. Oh, baby. Oh, maybe we have 2. No, we have 2 Octilleries in the discard pile. No, we shouldn't have discarded both of those. Oh, mistakes were made. This deck doesn't play Super Rod, does it? Nope, no Super Rod. Alright, so Dive Ball. Let's see, what does our opponent get down? Alright, so it looks like they're not going to get anything. Okay. There's an end, so both players shuffle their hand deck. We'll get 2. They get 4. Okay. Alright, can he find the energies is my question. There's a Teammates as well, which is a great card to get. There's a Giant Water Shuriken. Okay. Going to put 60 on that guy, take a knockout. He'll probably miss/slash the active for 50, take a knockout. But then, what does our opponent do the following turn? How many okay, 1 DC hasn't played. There's a Water Shuriken. For 30 on that guy, okay. And things are looking really great for us. Abyssal Hand to draw 2. He needs a Frogadier right now. There's 3 Frogadiers. Oh no, all 4 Frogadiers are in play. So there's a miss/slash 450. Alright, this game's coming close. This game is getting really close. So set up Vespiquen. On to our turn, what do we get? We get a DC. Oh my goodness, the top decks. So we're the Teammates, and with the Teammates, we are going to grab a DCE and a Vespiquen to give us the game next turn. So grab those 2. We will DC the active, and we'll go for Be Revenge for the knockout. Okay. We're doing 360 damage. Now, what can happen is he can send the Jirachi Stardust, but we have Vespiquen for Lysandre, bring up Octillery, DCE to take a knockout. Here comes Jirachi, and on to our opponent's turn. This game has been crazy. I think my opponent made a mistake. He should... Oh my goodness, there's a Dedenne coming down. 2040. It's not a knockout yet. The DD does 20 times the amount of energy attached to your opponent's active. It's only 40 right now, which is not a knockout. There's an end. We'll go down to one card. And can opponent find energy to use Stardust or not is the big question. And there's a Muscle Man. That's not what we need to see. Abyssal Hand, going to draw up to 5. Can he find energy or not is the big question. And there's a Water Energy going to the active. Alright, so Stardust. 410. Discarding the DCE. On our turn, what do we get? There's a VS Seeker. Alright. Okay, so we're gonna Muscle Band this guy, and we'll VS Seeker for a Sycamore. Yep. Alright, so Sycamore, discard our hand, drawn 7 new cards, alright. There's a Revitalizer, okay, so I'm going to Revitalizer, get out Combee and Vespiquen. We'll put down Combee. We will Ultra Ball, discard Ultra Ball and Ultra Ball. And with this, we'll grab an Unown. Alright. I'm trying to play our deck down as much as we can. We'll put down Unown, put down Shaymin. And we will just no, I would not. No, I do not want to. If we did that, we would deck out. So no, I do not want to set up. We'll put a DCE, retreat. And we will Sky Return for 30 damage. Alright, so 30, actually for nothing. I forgot he started us regardless. If he didn't start us, we would have won. So, onto our opponent's turn. Let's see what happens. We have a VS Seeker left. Okay, we have one VS Seeker. I don't know if it's in the deck or not. Like, if you Lysandre's Remoraid, we lose the game. If you Lysandre's Remoraid, maybe. Do we? Yeah, maybe. Alright, one card left. There's a Xerosic getting the Muscle Man off that guy. Don't care about that. Abyssal Hand, drawing one card. And what can my opponent find? This is definitely not Cody's deck. Stardust, 410, and we have the game right now. Onto our turn. We can put a DZ onto the active, and we can be revenge for the game. And there you go, guys. There is the Vespiquen Yveltal Octillery Unown deck. We played against probably one of our worst matchups, and we did it. That was so complicated. That was so hard. But opponent made some crucial misplays. He should have probably definitely knocked out the Combee. I don't know why he didn't. Like, he should have been knocking out the Combee and stuff like that, left and right. But he decided not to. I don't know why he didn't. But there you go, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. You can see why this deck's so strong. Like I said, it countered most of the meta. And as you see there, that's one of our hardest matchups, especially since they play Bursting Balloons. Let's look at our opponent's deck real quick. Alright, so the 1 Dedenne is an interesting tech for sure. 3 Burst Balloons, 1 Splash Energy, 8 Water Energies. And that's a fully blinged out deck too. That's really nice. But hopefully you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. We'll see you Friday on the last deck of the Worlds videos. And the next week, we'll start covering new videos. We'll start main deck Monday, Rogue Tuesday, and everything else for the rest of the week. But hopefully you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. Hit that subscribe button. Alrighty. Bye. Alright guys, I just want to give a quick shout out to our 3 sponsors, 60 Cards, Yeti Gaming, and the Pokemon Company International. Links to everything will be down below in the description. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Alrighty.